Basic concepts of trading. Today we're going to go over some stuff that we actually need as a trader. So one of those things that we actually need as a trader is a charting program, so that we can actually see the market and tell what it does. The most common out there is TradingView. I'm going to show you the basic steps on how TradingView, how to use it and what to do with it. I would appreciate it if you use my affiliate link. You will need an upgraded version to actually be fully into it. So let's go to TradingView. How to search for it? First of all, just go to Google, type the words tradingview.com and you will definitely get immediately to it. Now, I'm already signed in, so if you're the first time signing up, you just have to, you can get a free version if you want to. I would recommend getting you the cheapest version. That's actually the best option for our traders, so that we actually can go back testing, front testing and do everything actually that we need on TradingView itself. Now, I'll explain everything in details what TradingView exactly is. So this is your chart that you get. Probably when you start the first time it will be on lines. So the first thing that we do is actually change those lines. We are not trading on line charts, we're trading on a candlestick pattern. So up here, I'll go in detail over everything in a second. So up here, first that we do is actually change from lines to candles. You can choose candles or you can choose the bars. You can choose a lot of different stuff. We actually don't use all of this. We only use one thing, and that's actually the candlestick pattern, so that we actually can read the candles. Now, first of all, let's go over everything, what everything is and how it looks, of course. We start on the left side, we go down, and then we will go over the top version. So first of all, here on the left side, you see your initials, so passion for trading, and then everything which you can do. You can put a dark theme inside. So this makes it a dark background. I prefer it in white. So you just go over here and put it here in white. Drawing panels. This is the drawing panel that you can choose to take it away or put it back. Right here on the right side you just saw language. I'll put it in English, make it easy. Keyboard cuts. If you press here you will see the shortens for your keyboards, how everything works and what shortened stuff that you can use, so that it actually moves faster while you're trading or while you're actually charting. Now, first one that we need is the line chart. Once we use that line chart, we can actually start drawing. So we just press it left side and you can start drawing it. If you press right and you have drawn something wrong or not correctly, you can just do remove drawings and everything will be gone. You can see remove indicators and all the indicators will be gone, of course. You see immediately once I press that little star right here that I got a bar out, and this is actually your trading tool where you can drag, put it up or down somewhere where it actually fits your screen, so that you don't use it immediately, but you can actually put everything in here that you need the most. This way it's actually easier to draw. I actually don't use it, I just use the sideway, but I know people like it. If you want to remove it, press right on the screen and then you can hide favorite tooling bar and it will be gone again. Now, which will we use from here? We will use the trend line. We can use horizontal lines and vertical lines. The rest I actually never used before and I probably won't ever use it anyways. So the only thing that I need, I'll mark it on with a star. This way, if I ever use my toolbar, it actually will show it immediately. Second is a Fibonacci. We put this one on. Fib retracement extension I don't use. I only use on the second bar the Fibonacci, and the settings for it I'll use you in a second how that actually is implemented. The third, I actually don't use anything off of it here, just for actually showing something. I could use a pattern forming, candlesticks. That's all I use actually for this one to actually show you and teaching, but for the rest I don't use anything. What we use the fourth position is actually the long, and the short positions we use this to actually indicate where our trade starts and how much profit we should make, how much our stop is, also to indicate how many points our stop is, that we can see that here we got about NQ, that this is 89 points to the downside actually, so that we know, okay, we get 89 points, that we know how much we actually should give to the market before. Also, short position is in here, that's the other way around, of course. We can put our stop and our take profits under it. Now, first of all, I'm going to remove that watermark that we have on my screen at this point. The good tool to know actually, if you use Ctrl Z, that you actually always can return one page. So it's the same like you put it here, Ctrl C, undo scroll, and Ctrl Y is going backwards, or going front again. So here, the rectangle I use from, and all the rest, I would use the highlighter sometimes just to pronounce where the high and the low is, so that I can actually easily show you what it is. A rectangle we will use to sort out certain footprints, like for value gaps, so that we can actually put inside that for value gap. So say that this is a 1 minute for value gap, that we could say, okay, here the market can come to, and we could short or long from it, of course. Text, this one is very easy. Second one is also easy, is the call out or price labeled. So this one actually shows you the price. The call out is actually a very easy one also to use. You can press this, you can drag it to the top side, and you can actually put a text in it, so that we actually can know what you want to ask about this, or what you indicate for yourself, of course. This high cannot be broken, cannot be taken. So if you have a chart and give anything to me, so that I can see exactly what you mean about it, of course. Next one, we can put some emojis on here, we can put anything that we want. I actually don't use any of these emotions at all. Sometimes I use the eye. No, I actually use the eye sometimes to show, okay, that this is a point of interest, so that I can actually see it, but it's been a while since I used it, and the magnet to where the market you want to see it draw. The measurement, this one is very important, so you can use this just by clicking it and pressing it. You can also use shift and then click with your left mouse button. So once you click the first time, you will start. Once you drag, you don't have to hold it, you can just let go of your mouse, see where it ends, and once you press again, it will stop, it will stay there, and then you can read it. If you click one more time on the left side, it will be gone immediately. If you ever have a tool that you don't need, or you have something drawn and you actually didn't want to put that one in here and you took the wrong stuff, click right while you're still in that line, and you will get out of that drawing part. This is a scale, so you can zoom in to certain areas where you need closer areas or need more in-depth how to watch it, of course. Here we can zoom back out. Now here we have keep drawing, so that means once you start drawing that you actually can constantly keep drawing the same line. If you want to get out of it, press right, and you should not be able to draw again. I actually never keep this one on either. Drawing in lock, so this is actually, everything is locked this way, and that means that you cannot delete anything. So lock all your drawings, yeah. You should not be able to take anything off them. Hide your drawings, so this is actually to hide it, so that you actually have a clean chart watching it, and you can actually, by pressing it, putting it back, hide all indicators or hide everything. So this is indicators and all the rest. This is just my indicators being hide, and this is my drawings. Here we can new drawing with sync layout. I actually never use this, and this is delete button. So here we can choose to remove all the drawings again, and everything is gone. A star is just to put in your favorite toolbar and by using it, bring it out. So on the left side, again, on the top, we start reading from the top, from left to right now. On the first top side, we have our indication on which chart we are. Say that we want to watch Bitcoin, so we will have to press BTC, of course. Say that we use USDT to buy something. No, this is not a correct chart. I'll just use USD. So here we can actually see now the chart of Ethereum. The previous one, if you want to see BTC, just type it BTC USD. You make sure that you're on the right chart. And here we can see the exact chart of Bitcoin at this very moment. We can see the weekly is a little bit down today, and we can see if we want to go further up, yes or no. Monthly is looking great, maybe a bit bearish momentum to say 100,000, something like this, and then continue higher. If you want to watch NQ or Nasdaq, it's NQ, of course. I also have them here. So this is Nasdaq E-mini, so NQ1. It depends if you want to see commodities, euros, gold, anything is good. So your gold is up nicely again today. So anything that you can press, actually, you can watch the chart in here. So very important for yourself to know that we can see charts right here. Okay. This is the ticker. That means this is the chart we're watching. Under here is the symbol and which stuff we watch. Under the other one, we have indicators that will be showing us. So this shows you which indicators that we use. I actually almost never use any indicators. They are on my chart if I need it, but I actually never use them. The next thing is very important are timeframes. So in here, we see all the timeframes that we can actually immediately jump from. So at this price, every 15 minutes, every 12 hours is a candle, every 4 hours is one candle, every hour is one candle. If we press this little wink to the downside, we can actually see there are a lot of visibilities on which time frame we can watch. We actually will only use the 5, the 15, we can use the 30 minutes too sometimes, the hourly, the 4, the 6, the 12, the daily, the weekly and the monthly. So these are the most common that I actually use. I dare to put the 2 and the 3 minutes into sometimes too. But most of the times I actually only use the first. So the 1, the 2 and the 3 are very much for scalping. I actually stay the 5, the 15, the 1 and the 4. And the week and the daily I'm actually to see what the market wants to go. Beside that, we have our candles. So we had a line chart here also. I pressed that candle bar. If you press more, you will see that the rest will come up too. Once you press that star back off, you can see that only my candle charts are here. If you want to go play with it and see which ones we got multiples actually. You can see all these kind of different candles that we have, and yeah, it's up to you which one we want to use, but I only stick to candlesticks itself, and this is actually the one that I will be teaching all of you to how to use it. So if you use anything else except of this, I can actually not be able to help you out because I have no idea how to use them. Here, beside that, we got actually our indicators. So I used to use a lot of indicators actually. I'm not going to go over all of them. We will actually never use them. So maybe one that we can use, but it's not actually needed. The only one that actually I find very interesting is the ITC kill zones and trading sessions. These two I actually find easy to use because they show and indicate you which trading session we're inside. So we're at London's trading session right now, so they marked in yellow, and this is Asia. It's good to know where liquidity is, but that will be explained in a different lesson, of course. Here we got save our templates, so that means if you have a lot of drawings that you can save your templates. We got alarms, so Alt and then the A together will set you an alarm. You can also go with your mouse over the right side where the price is, you press that plus button and it will set an alarm. If you drag a line, you can also put alarm right in here and you can press again that alarm button. Here you can choose if the price goes above or below, so that's crossing. If you say only when the price goes above it, you need an alarm, and or it goes below it. You can get a notification in email or at your phone. It depends on which one you actually activate. The button beside this one is actually the replay button. So I get a line bar right here, so you can see I can move this around with a scissor on top of it, and that means if I press left of my mouse button that we actually will see the market get the charts off of it. So we actually can now move the candles one by one upwards. And you can see we had one hourly candle moved. If I move again, you can see we got another hourly moving candle. If I press the play button, this will go step by step automatically. We can select how fast this goes. If you set 0.3, this will go a lot slower. If you want to go a lot faster, this is a lot faster, of course. You can only go in the replay in certain areas of minutes once you get an upgraded version, so I do recommend getting that upgraded version. If you want to be serious about trading and making sure that you actually keep the profits and actually make sure that you are definitely serious, you need to invest a little bit in your tools that we use, and this is one that we actually will use a lot. Now, for backtesting, you can also use this return into price. I actually use a different tool. I'll use TradeSeller at this point. There is also a link just below this movie where you can actually go to TradeSeller and use it there. It's a little bit of price, but on the other hand, you can put it into costs reduction, so you can actually take a tax off of it, because that's actually a needed tool for trading. Okay. Beside that, we got layout setup. Layout setup means actually that we can split our screen. Why is this handy? So first of all, we can see on the left side we got now a 15-minute chart. On the right side I can make it a 5 by pressing here on the above. If I press in this chart itself, first of all I can go to the top and here press an hourly and change constantly where this time frame is. So now we can see up here we have a 12-hour time frame interval. If I press a number on my keyboard itself, I can change it to 2 minutes. If I press the 5, I can choose hourly, and I will have 5 hourly, of course. And this is also how you can change it. You can go to 3 screens once you get an upgrade above essential. If you have the normal upgrade, we can have 2 screens. That's actually more than enough. You don't need 3 to 4 screens. That would be overwhelming anyways. Upside this, we got quick search. I never use this. Settings is actually for your settings for your chart. I'll go over this in a second. This is full screen, so this means that you actually have a full screen. If you want to have some information, put it out without getting distracted about everything else. This is getting your full screen. It's taking a picture. We can use a copy of a link or a copy of an image. This is a copy of link will be used for your trading journal. You will have that one too in a minute. Actually, that one has already been given at the start of your trading, so that you actually every trade that we take online or together, or that you take alone, that you actually log that trade. Remember, logging is necessary to maintain good habits and actually grow into trading. Okay, now settings. I'll start with the top button and how we go down. So first of all, what do I change? Is my bodies. Those are candles, and I want to have everything in black except of my candles itself. I recommend changing those colors to blue and something different. I don't recommend putting green and red into it. The reason why is we actually get influenced about green and red in our brain itself. So even in just driving with a car, you can see it everywhere. we have green lights, we have red lights, we got red stop board, so it confluences a bit. So make sure to just change that. It's easier for your head to adapt to it. I just make the rest red black. It's up to you, the performance. If you choose a different color, that's all up to you, of course. So here we have backgrounds. I put everything as you can see. If I change the colors, that it has a different color. I just put it white so you actually don't see them. Adjust contracts. You have to put this one on, so because we have adjust contracts, otherwise your chart will look a bit different than mine. So make sure that's on. Position, default, time zone. If we trade, we most of the time will trade at 4 plus at New York, -4 actually. That's New York time based. So if I ever speak about time zones, we are actually always trading in New York. I'll leave it on Brussels because I can count better in that time zone, of course. That's all. So every time if we do something, make sure that you put it to 4 because every market stands on those. Logos, I can choose here on the top side. If I want to put that logo off, you can see that previous logo is gone right here. So I can do the same here. If you have settings, I can put a logo on. You can put the title also gone, so this cleans up your chart. Open and closes. I keep this one always active. So that means if you can see if the market is open, the little green ball right there. You can see it disappeared, came back. Chart values, I keep this one on too. So I keep the open market open. Chart values is also always open. Reason why this is open, chart values. So if you go over a candle, you can actually see the upper part right here. So you can see open. The O stands for open, the H stands for the high, the L stands for the low of the candle, and the C stands for the close. So that candle right here is an open candle, so it opens the down part, it closed on top. And this is a bullish candle, so you can see that we have open and closed. If I move to a different candle, you can see that the price changes. So that means every candle has a different opening and closing, but you can see that right there. Same for the other side, you can also see it here. Put it back to one chart, maybe easier. If you want to get back to settings and close something, just press right, and you can actually press settings right there. So I like to put that still on, so I like to have that title on, so I'm definitely sure I'm always on the right chart when I'm charting. Volume you can put on or off, I never use it. Titles, that's right here. Those indicators, I'll keep them also on. Values and background I put to as less as possible. Scaling, I just leave it like it is. You can just copy it. Not much to say about. Those are the scales right here, the time and the price. I actually leave it like it is. Canvas. This I used, the background has to be solid, or you can have a granite. I put solid and just put it in white. If you put black, you will see it has a black solid background. I just put it in white. Grid, you can also put grids inside. I actually never use them, so you can see we now have small grids onto it. I just put them in white, so you actually don't see them on the chart. Crosshair. I actually don't use them. Watermarks, I actually put them off. So hidden, no watermarks. That means actually otherwise you get here all kind of forms in the background. I'll show you for a second. So here, this is the bottom mark. I actually don't like it, so I always put that in white. Look, then it's gone immediately. Nonetheless, if it's still on, of course, if you have a black background, put it in black, of course. Lines, you can choose the lines that you see on chart. I always put in white, the same, because you can see it at that point. Margin 10%, 8, and 10, I leave it like this. Trading, position and orders, you can see them. I actually never pressed one of these, so I just leave it like it is. Same alerts, I just put alerts lines into it, that's all. For the rest, nothing needed. And events, those you can see them put at the bottom, so I'll put everything on for a second. So normally you could see where the latest news is and everything. I'll just mark them all off. I don't want to see that on my chart. I want to keep it as clean as possible, my chart, with less as possible. Okay, on the right side, right here, we have our price. So this means this is the price where the market is at this moment right now. So anybody wants to know, this is the price, this is the time frame that we're at. We will use those times because it's just as important as the market itself, especially if markets go open and closing. We need to know which market we're trading in so that we actually know what the market can do. And when the market closes, of course, if you trade ever NQ, we also have, of course, a closing market. So if you want to quit replay, just press that button again and you will be actually out of replay. It will say exit replay and then it's yes. On the right side here, we can actually indicate what we need. So I marked them, so you can put them in a list and make sure that you make lists so that you actually know what you're trading. So my crypto is on a different level, of course, of the rest, so that I know. This is all my alarms that are triggered or that are stopped. You can just delete them all at once also if you want to. You can see your logs if anything is into it. I have never used overlayers, but this is actually very useful once you get used to it. I actually never use it. It's just that you can remove drawings at certain levels and put back drawings at certain levels. Here you can see I still had this one left on, that somebody actually marked so that you can see this on your chart. I actually never put this on, so I'll delete that one soon again. This is all the stocks that you can find immediately if you need something to find. I actually don't watch those either. Here we have a nice indication. So we got a trading paddle. So if you ever wanted to replaying, so with trading paper, you can actually put an amount in for free so that you can use it to paper trade. And that's about it actually, what we have on TradingView. I'll go in depth on how to use everything, how to charts and everything, but this is actually how we set up TradingView. I went over most of the things that we actually use. I don't think we have anything left. So this was basic lesson, just short indication of what TradingView is and how to use it. I'll see you back in the next lesson. Take care.